लेट हो गया कैलकुलेटर निकाल teacher Haris Bhatt and you are seeing my YouTube channel Nine Accounting with Sir Haris. Today we are going to solve the question from AS Accounting company accounts. Topic is company accounts AS Accounting, and this has come in February March 24-22. February March 24-22. Same type of question has come in May June 24-21. You can solve that at home also. Same type of question May June 24-21. That question is easier than this question. That question is easier than this question. ठीक है, वो इससे आसान है तो आप ज्यादा आसानी से कर लेंगे, तो आपने खुद करना है। पढ़ते हैं इसको जल्दी से। कहता है जी कि 6% 8% डिबेंचर इज गिवन 2,40,000। एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंसेस बैंक लोन नॉन करंट लायबिलिटी है। बैंक लोन इंटरेस्ट हैज पेड 2,2600। कैरिज इनवर्ड एड इन परचेजेस, कैरिज आउटवर्ड विल कम इन एक्सपेंसेस। कैश एंड कैश इक्विवेलेंट क्रेडिट पे दिया हुआ है, इससे बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट, इससे करंट लायबिलिटी, जो कि उसने काफी कंफ्यूजिंग दे दिया बना के कि बच्चे इसको करंट एसेट में लिख लेते, दैट इज रॉन्ग। डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कॉस्ट डिविडेंड पेड इज गिवन फर्नीचर एंड इक्विपमेंट एट कैरिंग वैल्यू। कैरिंग वैल्यू मींस बुक वैल्यू और फिक्सचर एंड इक्विपमेंट एट वैल्यूएशन। ओपनिंग इन्वेंटरी इज गिवन प्रॉपर्टी एट वैल्यूएशन। परचेजेस रेंटल इनकम इज एन इनकम, बेसिकली इट विल बी एडेड इन ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट। रिटेन्ड अर्निंग्स, रिटर्न्स have been given on the credit side. It means that this is purchase return. So it will be subtracted from purchases and there is no sales return in the question. Revenue is given share capital with a per share value of 0.25. Always remember, जब भी शेयर की प्राइस कम हो एक से, जरा ध्यान से, ठीक है। आपने देखा हो कई दफा मुझसे भी, जब पर शेयर वैल्यू की प्राइस कम होती है तो गलती जाती है, जरा सा ध्यान आगे पीछे होता है तो प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है। इसलिए जब आप पर शेयर वैल्यू कम हो जाए तो आपको ये अंदाजा होना चाहिए कि नंबर ऑफ शेयर विल बी मोर देन द अमाउंट ऑफ शेयर कैपिटल। शेयर प्रीमियम इज गिवन, ट्रेड पेबल, ट्रेड रिसीवेबल, वेजेस ऑफिस स्टाफ और वेजेस सेल्स स्टाफ की दी हुई। 31 दिसंबर में क्लोजिंग इन्वेंटरीज 49,500। डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कॉस्ट इंक्लूड ए प्री पेमेंट ऑफ 6,000। प्री पेमेंट से माइनस कर देंगे आप अमीर इसको। 31 दिसंबर को रेंटल इनकम ऑफ 3,000 हैज बीन रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस। ये रेंटल इनकम में से माइनस कर देंगे, ये है इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस या अनअर्न्ड इनकम, इनकम रिसीव्ड बट नॉट अर्न्ड, मिल गई है लेकिन आपने कमाई नहीं है, ठीक है, तो माइनस कर देंगे। प्रोविजन शुड बी मेड फॉर डेप्रिसिएशन ऑफ furniture and equipment at 20% per annum using reducing balance method. Depreciation charge should be allocated 60% to admin and 40% to distribution costs. Office wages due and unpaid 5,800 is going to be added in office expenses, office wages. Debenture has been issued on 1st October. The first interest payment is due on 31st March. So October, November, December, January, February, March. It means we are basically making the payment after 6 months. So can you calculate, the tax for the year is 27,900. Can you calculate debenture interest? Let's see, for the whole year, 2,40,000 into 8%. Wait. When we have basically issued the debentures on 1st October 2023, and we are basically solving the question for the year ended 31st December 2023. So October, November, December, and that's it. So we are supposed to record only how many interest payment for the 3 months. So 2,40,000 into 8% into 3 over 12, 4,800. So the bank loan interest has been paid 2,600, but we are least bothered about it. Accrual concept says expense is recorded in the period to which it relates. 3 महीने का finance cost है, you will record 4,800 with the full amount in the interest expense or in the finance cost. Tax is given. You have to prepare the statement of profit and loss. Let's do that. Now, we'll start from the revenue. Right? Less cost of sales. So, revenue is given in the question. Let me check it out. Revenue. Here is revenue. Revenue 997,100. Here I will write 997,100. Less cost of sales. The problem is this, that if you just look at the question, then they have given the exact amount, the resultant amount of the cost of sales. You have to go for the working. Working, you can do that over here. You can do that over here also, no problem. And you can do that in the working column if given. You can do that also. I think the working column is given. Cost of sales. You can write that over here also. But don't feel you know, any kind of ambiguity if you are doing the working over here. ये कोई ऐसी problem नहीं है. But it is better that you will do the working on the particular place where it has been asked you to go for, but it doesn't make any difference to the question. मैं उसकी रीजन बताता हूँ कि क्यों. कई दफा ऐसे होता है कि आपका सवाल ऊपर है, वर्किंग 2 पेज ऊपर छोड़ के है, वो बार बार पेज पलटो, फिर लिखो, फिर पीछे आओ, गलती भी होने के चांसेस होते हैं, टाइम बहुत ज्यादा लग जाता है. फिर ऐसा हो रहा हो तो कर दे उधर, इतना टाइम नहीं है वेस्ट करने के लिए आपके पास. बाद में टाइम मिलेगा तो फिर लिख देना, कोई बात नहीं. ऐसा भी कोई ऐसी बॉदरेशन नहीं है. तो कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स, लेट्स सी. ओपनिंग इन्वेंट्री इज गिवन 47,800. So I will write here plus purchases, that is also given in the question. So purchases are given how much? Purchases are not given here. Purchases 5,22,000. 522,000 less purchases return or return outward is given in the question, that is returns 5,100, that will be subtracted, plus carriage inward, that is also given in the question. I will write carriage inward will be added. This is carriage inward 4,500. You can prepare it in the column wise also, no problem, it's up to you. And minus closing inventory, that is also given 49,500. So 49,500. So what is the answer? 471,900 is the cost of sales. So I will write the cost of sales over here. That is 471. Okay. 519,700. Okay. No problem. So I will just rub it up, and I have already written it at the right place. That's fine. So 519,700. So revenue minus cost of sales, you will get the gross profit. So what is going to be the gross profit? You will go for the full labeling, not the abbreviation. So what is the answer? 477,400. Right. Now I will subtract less operating expenses. It includes distribution cost and it includes admin cost. Now you have to go for the working for the distribution cost and admin cost. Apparently, this question is quite easier because we don't have technical points like inventory valuation or something like that. These kind of technical points are not a part of the question. So for that reason, it's not that difficult. So let's see that what is the amount of how much it is. Distribution cost. Distribution cost is 37,700. Then there is a wages of sales staff. How much it is? 38,300. So 30,700. I will write here 30,700 plus wages of sales staff. There is no accrued wages of sales staff, and that is given 38,300 minus, that is a prepaid distribution cost. Prepayment 6,000, that will be subtracted from the distribution expenses. So minus 6,000 plus there might be depreciation regarding the distribution cost or motor vehicle or some other things. Let's talk about that. Provision should be made on furniture and equipment. Depreciation should be allocated to 60% to admin and 40% to. So let's see, furniture and equipment, 40% to distribution. Okay, ji. So we were basically solving. Okay. So distribution cost 30,700, and we have to add 38,000. 38,300 will be added for the sales staff salaries, and 6,000 will subtract for the prepayments. Now furniture and equipment is given 9,56,000 at carrying value. So 9,56,000, and what is the depreciation rate on reducing balance method? It is 20%. So you can calculate 9,56,000 into 20%. How much it will come? 9,56,000 into 20%. G19200, and you can calculate 40% of this. 191200 plus 40%. 76480 is going to be the distribution cost. Depreciation on furniture and equipment to be written under the heading of distribution cost. Another thing which comes in the distribution cost is carriage outward. So that will also come under distribution cost. 8700 is given. So I will add 8700 under distribution cost, because carriage outward means that this is a delivery expense. The delivery expense will also come under the heading of distribution cost. Any other thing which doesn't look that we have missed something, but having said this, rental income is given in the question. So that is basically our income, 13,300. And he has already told us that we have paid rental income in advance of 3,000. So 13,300 minus 3,000, it will become 10,300, which is the rental income. If we just look at the question, other income is given. So you can add other income in the name of other income, the rental income. So I will write here, that will come how much? 13,300 minus 3,000, 10,300. Okay, so I will rub it. I will go for the other income, because the format was not in front of me at that time. But I realized that I missed that. So I have added the add other income. Then less expenses. I think they have given the expenses in total. No, separately, distribution and admin. Okay, we can write also like this: distribution cost and admin cost. Distribution cost, we have calculated how much it is, the amount 148,180. You will calculate, anyone will also go for the calculation, so that there should not be any problem. 148,180. Now we will calculate for the admin cost. Admin cost is given in the question above, 17,200. Okay, then wages of office staff will come. So let me write first 17,200. Then wages of the office staff, that is 49,300 plus 49,300. But I think office staff wages are also unpaid, due, accrued. That will also be added. Okay, so office staff wages accrued is given, and that is 5,800, right? So I will add 5,800. Then I will have to add depreciation of furniture and equipment. It will come 191200. We have already calculated the depreciation, 9,50,000 into 20%. So 191200 into 60%, because 40% is going to be a part of distribution cost, and the remaining 60% will be a part of the admin expenses. How much it will come? 114720. Let me check if there is any other admin expenses. So there is no one. Okay. So now I will add them up. I will get the amount of admin cost. How much it is going to be? 17,200 plus 49300 plus 5,800 and plus 114720. Sorry? 187020. I will add this up. So I will get the expenses, total expenses. And I can write it in the bracket also, because other income is not yet added. So just to have a more clear picture to the examiner, I can go for a bracket sign, because I need to subtract the expenses from gross profit, including other income. Obviously, if you add gross profit and other income, you will get 4,87,700, 4,87,700. And what are the total of the expenses? 335,200. Now you can subtract it. You will get profit from operation. This is profit from operation. You will subtract finance cost or bank loan interest. You will get profit before tax, and then you will let's subtract taxation. You will get profit after tax. Okay. What is the profit from operation? 152500. 152500. 1,52,500. Finance cost we have already calculated. It is 2,40,000 into 8%. And the whole amount will be written in the finance cost. How come, sir? I have done that also, but I will repeat again. 2,40,000 into 8%. But one thing which is very important to remember. Okay? So don't do that mistake. I think I've checked the paper yesterday when they have done that mistake. That if the debentures are supposed to be paid in the next year, even they will be treated as current liability. Right? So, or if it has been told us that the half of the debentures are going to be paid in 2024. So half will be written in current liability and the remaining is going to be written under non-current liability. So you remember that. Any kind of loan. Okay. So finance cost, how much? 2,40,000 into 8%. Oh, 3 over 12. 19,200 into 3 over 12. Because the debentures are issued on 1st October. So October, November, December. And we used to make the payment after 6 months. It is not yet paid. 40? 7,400. Okay. 9. 4,800. Okay. So subtract 4,800. You will get the profit from operation. Oh, sorry, profit before tax. So 147,700. Less taxation. Let's see what is the amount of taxation. The tax is basically 27,900. Sometimes this is the amount of tax is given 27,900. Sometimes what happens that he used to say that the tax is basically 20% of the profit before tax. The profit before tax is 147,700, and you calculate the 147,700 into 20%, you will get the वो भी लिखा, वो भी मौजूद है. Where it is? अच्छा, वो लग दिया हुआ है. Okay, okay, okay. Yes. Bank loan interest is given 2,600. You will add both of them. Okay, okay. 4,800 plus 2,600. क्योंकि वो सेपरेटली बैंक लोन के नाम से दिया हुआ ना, तो इट्स नॉट ए डिबेंचर इंटरेस्ट एक्चुअली. So 4,800 plus 2,600 is 70. Okay. 145,100. Less taxation. Profit after tax. So 2,40,000 into 8% into 3 over 12. Why, sir? Because the debentures are basically issued on 1st October 2023. So October, November, December, 3 months paid. Interest is not yet paid. Should be recorded as expense in finance cost. And bank loan interest is on bank loan. That will also be written separately in finance cost. 4,800 plus 2,600. So what is profit after tax? 117,200. Okay. So this is how we have calculated the profit after tax. Let's move toward the next part of the question. And that says us that there are, during the year ended 31st December, the following transaction had been recorded in the books of account. Had been. Yeah. Okay. So the right shares have been issued. The next part of the question. Right issue had been made of 1 ordinary share for every 3 ordinary share currently held. The issue was made at a premium of 0.05. Per share value is 0.25. So it means that the shares has been issued at a price of 0.25 plus 0.05, 0.3. Right, were fully described. Property had been revalued and the value reduced by 60,000. Property had been revalued and then it has been reduced by 60,000 again. So this is what this complete the statement of changes in equity for the ended 31st December on page 5. So let me prepare that. May, June 20, February, March 24, 22. So you need to share capital, share premium, revaluation, reserve, and retained earning. So let's do that. I will write here statement of changes in equity. Here I will write share capital, then share premium, then I will write revaluation reserve, then retained earnings. Now let's see if there is going to be a total. Total column is given or not. Total column is given. So I have to go for the total column also. Okay. So I will write balance first of all here. Balance means that the amount whatever has been given on 1st January 2023, that is 60,000 in revaluation reserve and 174,000 in retained earnings. So let me write it down. 60,000 in revaluation reserve and 174,000 in retained earnings. Sorry. Okay. It means that opening balance of the share capital, ordinary share capital is not given. Same opening balance of the share premium is also not given. Right? And same is the case that we have not been given the total column of the statement of changes in equity because we don't have the balances available on 1st January. So what is the balances at the end? They are given, two of them. That is 31st December, 10 lakh ordinary share capital and 2,15,000 is the share premium. So I can write here 10 lakh and 2,15,000. I hope so that in the question, the same amount should have been given. Let's see. Because these amounts are already after the issuance of right shares and after the revaluation downward. So let's see that what is the amount of share capital. Okay. 10 lakh is given 0.25. Okay, that's fine. And the share premium is also given 2,15,000. So this has been, we are very clear about it that the closing balances are given and we have to find the opening balances. Let's start it. So first of all, you need to write the profit. So profit will be added in the retained earnings column and profit we have calculated that is 117200. It will also come in the total column 117200. कोई बात नहीं इसको कर लेते हैं हम अभी से ये रहा. Okay, next we have to subtract dividend paid. You know that dividend is supposed to be subtracted. I will subtract dividend paid from the retained earnings. Let's see, the dividend paid is given in the question over here. Dividend paid is 37,500. So I will write dividend paid in the retained earning column and here I have to subtract it 37,500 and total column also we will subtract dividend paid 37,500. Then I'm going to write the right shares. Right shares which is supposed to be added and it has issued on a premium. So share premium will also come and share capital will also needs to come over here. Then there is going to be revaluation downward. Right? So it has been clearly mentioned, if you just see the question, that revaluation reserve at the end is given. No, it is not given. If you just look at the question, there is no revaluation reserve in the question. It means that whatever revaluation reserve we have available in the accounts has been written off, used up, utilized. But for the revaluation downward of the land. See what has been said, that the land has been revalued downward. Property has been revalued downward by 60,000. So revaluation downward. Here I will write all revaluation reserve will be utilized with the amount of 60,000 and the balance of the revaluation reserve will become nil. Okay. Any problem till here? I think you got the point, right? Now we'll move towards the major part of the question, which comes again and again. That is about the going for the reverse and finding the right shares. So first of all, we'll see that 10 lakh is the amount of share capital and each share is having a price of 0.25 per share. So what are the original shares? the old number of shares are going to be how much? 40 lakh, right? Right now, the original shares, not old number of shares, right now the shares at the end of the year, I'm sorry, that is 40 lakh. So let's suppose that the shares, at the, sorry, okay, at 1st January, let's write it like that, right? Is equal to X, okay? Then right shares will be how much? What is the fraction of the right shares? One ordinary share for every 3 held. That is 3:1. 3:1. So the right share is going to be X over 3, right? Into X over 3 into 1. So now the current shares or 40 lakh shares should be equal to X plus X over 3 is equal to 40 lakh. So this fraction will become 3x plus x, right? Is equal to 40 lakh. That is 4x is equal to 40 lakh. Then x is equal to how much? How come? 3x. Okay. 4x over 3, right? 4x over 3 is equal to 40 lakh. Now you can find the value of x. Because if you take LCM, 3x plus x, that is 4x, over 3 is also there. So 3 will be multiplied by 40 lakh and then multiplied by 3 divided by 4. So what is the amount of whole number of shares? 30 lakh. 30 lakh. So 30 lakh is going to be the old number of shares. Now the right shares you can calculate also, and you can take the difference also, because 40 lakh minus 30 lakh, 10 lakh shares is going to be the right shares. But we can calculate also. How come? 30 lakh divided by 3 into 1. You can check it also. That will become 10 lakh. Now I will pass the entry. Rather than I will go for the working directly. Bank will be debited 10 lakh multiplied by 0.3. Why, sir? Listen. See, per share value for the right share is 0.25 plus 0.05, that is equal to 0.3. Right? So bank will come 10 lakh into 0.3, how much? 3 lakh. Share capital is going to be credited with the face value 10 lakh into 0.25. How much it will become? 2,50,000. 2,50,000 I will write here, because that is the increase in the share capital, and premium is going to be how much? 10 lakh into 0.05, that is 50,000. Right? Now we will be able to go reverse easily into 0.05. Okay. Now we can go reverse. 10 lakh minus 2,50,000. The balance will be 7,50,000. Right? Then 2,15,000. Whatever be the balance of the share premium, we have added 50,000 to get 215. So what is the balance of the share premium? 2,15,000 minus 50,000. So that is 1,65,000. So this is how we have calculated 1,65,000. Now I will go with the total. Right share total I will write here. That is 3 lakh. Then I will write here the revaluation downward. It will be subtracted. In the total column also 60,000. What is the retained earnings total? You can tell me. 174,000 plus profit minus dividend. Even if the property has been revaluation downward more than that, the remaining amount will be taken out of retained earnings. It was already given 60,000. So how much? 2,53,700 and the total column is no. Total column you have to write like here because this total still has to be calculated. So first calculate this total also. The total of the balance 7,50,000 plus 1,65,000 plus 60,000 plus 174. ये वाला okay. Now you can either column wise, you can go row wise because that will more easier. देखिए ना वो बनेगा 13,15,000 और plus 253700. Yeah, 1468,700. So this is how we have calculated this particular question. So in in no manner, I would rather suggest that in no manner this question can be called as easy. No manner. You see that whenever we used to do it again and again, we still find it little tricky. We need to focus. We need to go into the question. So definitely, if this question will come, which is coming again and again in the paper, you have to be very vigilant about the solution of this question because we have to go reverse sometimes to solve the question. Next question is also for the reversal part actually, but that includes only the bonus shares. That includes only the bonus shares. February, March 24, 22. Let's discuss that. The director wish to improve the company's performance. They are considering two options. The director wish to option A, delaying payments to credit supplier by extra 8 days, switching it to a new supplier who is preparing to offer a trade discount if large orders are made. Advise the director which option they should choose. Justify your choice by considering effect on both profitability and liquidity. So obviously delaying payment to credit supplier will improve the liquidity, but it can hamper the relationship with the supplier, right? But 8 days are not that, number of 8 days are not that high. You can delay payment because it will give a positive impact on the liquidity. The liquidity will improve, but it might affect profit because they can stop supplying, giving supplies to us, right? Relationship with the supplier can hamper, and maybe we are getting some kind of a discount also from them. So that discount received, which was treated as an income, that will also reduce. So profitability with negative impact aa sakta hai. Delaying payment, switching to a new supplier who is prepared to offer a trade discount if large orders are made. So if we are getting a trade discount overall, so it means that we are getting cheaper supplies from the previous, whatever we were taking in the past. So that will increase the profitability, right? And definitely payment is going to be, we are getting the payment at the same time. So there will be no change in liquidity. We can't say that we have a bad impact on liquidity, but overall cash position might improve in the future. Profitability will definitely improve, but it depends that the new supplier is able to provide us with the same quality of product. That is also a reason, right? So this is how you will write this particular answer, and you will take one choice. You have to take one of the choice also. So this was the question. J Limited financial year ends on 31st March. Information is given. He made a right issue. Right issue is already there. This question has come in May, June 24, 21. So here we have to go reverse. So right shares are there, no bonus shares. So same part, but only that particular part is given in the question. In this also question, there is a revaluation downward. We have to do that revaluation downward also. I think so. This is, let me see. Yes. Reversal is there because the shares are issued on 1st August and 31st March 2024. The share capital is given at the end. Almost the same type of question because even the share capital is the same 10 lakh in total and 0.25 is the per share value. Same. It had come in February, March 24, then again come in May, June 24, 21. So if a student has attempted that February, March paper, he would have done better in 2021. Sorry, May, June 2024, 21 पेपर. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ बेटा? सारे वेरिएंट करने होते हैं. मतलब ये इससे साबित हुआ है कि वेरिएंट सारे करने होते हैं. नहीं किया होता तो ये तो फिर बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाना सवाल, और अगर किया होता तो इस सवाल को आसान हो जाना था क्योंकि सेम चैनल है, राइट शेयर ही है, दोनों शेयर रिवर्स नहीं हो रही, राइट शेयर ही रिवर्स हो रही है, अमाउंट भी वही है. मुझे लग रहा है कि शायद उसकी फ्रैक्शन कोटा सिस्टम जरा चेक कर लें, वो भी देख लेते हैं. 2 odd nature for every 3, वो फर्क है, वो 3 for 1 था, ये 3:2 है, 3:1, ठीक है. So you can do that question at home. The next question you can do that also. That is October November 21. Same type of question. फिर हम आगे इसको जो है वो करेंगे. Thank you very much. Inshallah, see you in the test tomorrow. I hope so that you will perform